great to have your parent as a teacher? How does it feel about being in the same building as your kid?
Well, it can be challenging at times. I think it's more pressure on him than it is on me. I think it's always a little bit difficult just because I'm sure there's possibly a perception that they get away with murder or something like that, but I found it's sort of the other way.
Do you think he receives any special privileges from you?
I try not to give him any special privileges. I try not to give anybody.
I would say he does get some, being like he can get snacks out of my cupboard anytime he wants. It's nice when he has like a permission slip he needs signed, he just gets it turned in on time always, or if he needs money for something, we're here to give it to him.
Do you ever hear any bad things about him?
I have on occasion heard some negative comments, but not many.
I don't hear a whole lot. I think everybody's afraid to talk to me. So I'm sort of the grim reaper of the school building, it seems like. So no news is good news, I guess.
How do you feel about being in the same building as both of your parents?
It's sometimes annoying because people threaten that they're going to go tell my parents, but it's also nice because if I forget to get a paper signed, I can just go run down and get it signed.
Do you receive any special privileges from them?
No, I don't think so. Well, I do get candy and stuff from them sometimes, but that's about it.
How do you feel about having your child in high school near to you?
It's a good thing for her to be here. It's a different experience for me because I don't only have to get myself ready in the morning, I have to make sure she's ready to go, and so those of you that know me, that makes me a little bit later.
Have you ever heard any bad things or good things about her?
It is kind of interesting, the teachers would come up and tell you little stories about them and, something they might have done in class, but they've all been good.
How do you feel about being in the same building as your dad?
I mean, it's not that bad as people think because, he really is downstairs and I'm upstairs, so we don't really see each other, but it does help if I forget stuff because I can always be like, hey, can you get it?
Do you receive any special privileges from him?
If I forget my binder in my locker, he can let me in, whereas most kids can't. They just have to wait till Laker time.
How does it feel about being in the same building as your kids?
I really enjoy it. It's just nice to see my kids on a daily basis, but I don't think they really care for it too much, but too bad for them.
Do they receive any special privileges from you?
Probably the only special privileges is their father's here to give them money when they need it or to sign paperwork that they forgot to have signed the night before. But other than that, I try to treat them like everybody else.
Do you ever hear any good things or bad things about them?
Unfortunately, I do. I hear good things. I hear about how nice of kids they are. I wish they would just perform that way at home for me. So,
how do you feel about being in the same building as your dad?
It's not that bad because he stays out of my business.
It's not that bad, honestly.
Do you receive any special perks from him?
I don't think so. Every once in a while if I'm hungry, I go to snatch some snacks or something.
Sometimes if I miss work or have to have something signed, I can just walk up to him because he's here.
How do you feel about being in the same building as your kid?
Normally I'm in the building with kids that are not mine, so it's a little different. We try not to interact as much as possible. We kind of give the head nod if we see each other in the hallway, but that's about it.
Does he receive any special privileges from you?
He doesn't from me. Maybe the only thing is he's on the golf team, so it's kind of nice for him to leave his golf clubs in my office instead of shoving them in his locker.
Do you ever hear any good things or bad things about him?
I've not heard anything bad to this point. Usually all good. Hopefully he behaves. That's one disadvantage for him. If he does misbehave, then obviously it's a little closer, dad being in the building. So
I don't mind it. It's cool, but it's all right.
Do you receive any special privileges from him?
I do not.
So, students of any like homecoming? What's happening? A lot has changed. Biggest one to know is that we are having the homecoming.
It's not the ideal situation, but if we're able to have a homecoming, I think it's worth it. I'm really happy that we actually just get to have a dance at all, honestly.
I'm sorry for all the changes. Now on Saturday, we are going to have a homecoming celebration. There will not be a stopover at McDonald's for a pep rally after the celebration in Russell's Point, we will continue on to have a dance behind the football bleachers on the pavement, on the back side, and I think it's going to be pretty neat. It'll be different, but I think it'll be pretty neat. We're going to use a lot of Christmas lights. I mean, I've looked at the extended forecast. I think it's supposed to be like 60, but we do have some heaters in place. As far as rain, it is protected, like under the stadium. But if it's like a raining storm, that might be a different story. But right now, it's only 10% chance of rain.
Also, if it's looking raining, we might end up trying to get some kind of tent and kind of move it somewhere else.
This is actually really similar to a plan I had kind of worked and developed earlier, and they were just looking for students to kind of fight for it. So yes, it did help.
A few senior students wrote a petition, and they had a number of students sign that petition and present it to Mr. Underwood and myself, and we took that information and presented it to Dr. Hodnott, and he gave us the approval to have a dance for homecoming.
Someone had mentioned it to me and he said that it might work or it's worth giving a shot, so I figured why not.
I am so happy for the kids. I worked really hard, and I am so excited that we are all able to get it together. And it's maybe not perfect, but I'm so happy we can give them something.
Oh, I'm excited for homecoming. I'm glad that we're able to do something somewhat normal for the students. We do have to wear masks. That was one of the stipulations with Dr. Hodnott in the Logan County Health District, is that we said that all students would be wearing masks. The last 6 months have been kind of crazy for everybody and full of just disappointment with not getting to do things. So I'm excited that we're able to do a dance. There will be 300 tickets. We're limiting it to 300, and then only Indian Lake students will be allowed to attend.
I'm Mr. Dunn.
I am Mr. Shively, Troy Shively, the better of the two Shiveleys.
I've always been a gamer, and so when I heard they were starting up esports, it's something I would have enjoyed being able to do as a school activity when I was in school, and so I was glad to jump on board and help get it off the ground.
I really was never good at sports or anything involving athletics. When I was growing up, the only thing I was ever good at was video games, and we didn't have a place for gamers at that time. I mean, we obviously got together and played video games, and because we didn't have girlfriends. We have started an esports team here where people can get together, people who are a lot like me, who are the nerdy kid in high school. So we are here to provide a space for those kind of kids.
I think it opens up another avenue of extracurricular activity for students to take part in, and it's something that is growing in popularity at all levels. There's scholarships available at university level, there are pro teams, there's esports airing on ESPN, and so it's something that's just going to keep growing, so we might as well get in now and start building the program.
I think it hits a group of people that a lot of times aren't really involved in a lot of things, because you have a lot of kids who aren't in clubs, who just kind of hang out on the weekends and play video games, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, well, I laugh about saying I didn't have a girlfriend because of it, but in all honesty, there's a whole group of guys and girls out there who love playing games, and this is the first time they can do it with school pride.
I play Overwatch and esports, Super Smash, and a little bit of Fortnite.
I play Super Smash Bros. And Overwatch.
I play Overwatch and Super Smash Brothers.
Just coming to school and gaming with your friends.
You can just sit around, free play a lot. You don't have to do a certain thing.
You're allowed to be around other people who are the same skill level as you, so you don't exactly feel alone if you're at like a lower skill level.
It's a club for something that I love to do, and I get to play with my friends and just have a good time.
So boys, the ladies around here have been telling me a couple things. You don't got the moves. You don't even move at all. You're just sitting in one place. If you're not, your help has arrived. I have gathered a large number of ladies who are not afraid to be near me. And I have gotten their answers. You will no longer be lonely. You will win.
I'd say keep her well fed. Anytime she's hungry, make sure you give her food and give her good food.
Make me laugh. Not being country, one thing.
Be funny.
What is something that you like about Mr. Shively?
Good hair, good body, and good style.
Personality.
Nice teeth, good personality, and pretty eyes.
The style.
Yeah, the style.
The style.
Style.
What do you mean by style?
If they wear like indie clothes, or they're like all...
Or they paint their nails,
yeah,
or their
that's
hair's
good.
like curly.
Personality is alright. You have to you have to be like really good at like personality.
Just being nice, I guess. If they have like good hair, if their hair is ugly,
If
then
they're-
no go.
Yeah, if they're just nice, and yeah.
The mullet. Yeah, maybe the mullet.
Molds are hot.
You have to be like really nice, and you can't like be talking to other people, like girls, and you just have to like be nice to them, I guess.
Good style.
How you doing?
Ooh, none. They're all gross.
None. They're all cringy.
Yeah.
Are you a keyboard because you're just my type?
There you have it, boys. That's how they get the ladies. Gotta have the eyes, gotta have the hair, curly preferably, and you have to have the style. See y'all later. It's the Plant Man, signing out.
There's gotta be something.